I will say, my
Hey,
kids,
Miss
though, when they
West.
got those books in the mail, they always usually grab
How
them.
are you, Ginger?
Yeah, we don't get them. I've never got them.
Nicholas County didn't have any snow, did it?
No,
I didn't think.
I don't know what you're talking about. The heat wave. I know they should make muck boots a little taller, is all I know.
Yeah.
Did they have school today, Ginger?
3 hours away.
3 hour delay.
I think everybody was desperate to get the
Oh,
kids back
there's no
today.
doubt.
Everybody.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we were.
No baby, I guess.
Not yet.
We were debating.
Needs to cook for a little while.
That's like a full moon would do its thing, but
Yeah, the storm didn't get her. And I think she'll make it.
Where do you doctor at?
Morgantown.
Yeah.
That's a quick
That's
trip.
why we ended up staying up there through the blizzard.
Hello, Myra.
Oh, Mara.
Happy Phillips warned me about leaving the ice on top of my car.
Slide off.
It happened today.
Slid off. Yeah.
She was like, didn't your dad
Well,
teach
both
you
of my
that?
girls are in Morgantown if you get desperate.
No.
Yeah.
We stayed at that hotel for.
Mine got it going down the driveway the first day with the ice, that first snow we got.
Boston, but I probably should just went home.
I was
Parents
looking
are
at your
getting
windows.
nervous.
Yeah.
I couldn't even find it. Mine's frozen.
It stopped my window. Like when it all slid off, it stopped. I had to turn them off to get out, shovel it off, and then fire them back up. Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, I'm sure. Something cleared a lot of it off these little tractors and then threw gravel on top
It
of
was
it.
fine. Waited until I started up College Street, which is
It
just.
doesn't fix the other miles of road.
Then it started sliding off backwards and then when I leveled out up on the college, it
Good times.
Dustin, you did.
mine stayed on the car for 6 trips to Rainsville before it came.
We good? Alrighty, it's 5:01 PM. I'll go ahead and call this meeting to order. We'll begin with a quick roll call. Mr. Barton,
Present.
Mr. Freshair,
Here.
Dr. Miller,
Here.
Mr. Chapman,
Here.
Dr. Minnie. Everybody's here. We'll stand for the pledge. Dr. Miller, you want to lead us?
I pledge
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. All right, so that'll move us to get to into delegations. And we have one delegation, and that'll be Mr. Denny Hardman. If you can just come up here to the podium. And give me just 1 second and I'll get a timer here for you. And then you got your 3 minutes here.
It's a horse race.
Yep,
Ready?
go ahead.
So the high school wrestling team needs mat cleaning. Okay, that's something I've talked with Tony. Tony and JT have been a lot of help, but we're being held up. There are certain times with this mat cleaner, it kills the ringworm, the potato, the mercer, kills all that stuff. We're practicing in the same facility as the college. Now, back in December, the college come in and they brought back from South Carolina, mercer and potato, ringworm, all kinds of stuff. Now, the youth had some cleaner. And I told everybody we need to clean it. I was told to fill out a requisition form and get to clean it. Now, the thing about it is, we don't have time to wait. When they bring that stuff back, we gotta stay on it. They're in there 2 to 3 times a day. And we gotta clean it before every practice. So, I talked with Tony and, we're gonna get that stuff ordered. But guys, we need some kind of an account set up that you all can have, an emergency fund account, where this stuff, when you need it, you can get it, fill out the requisition. I can't wait on that mat cleaner. Last year, 2 kids got the Matt herpes, didn't even get to go to regions. We've got to keep them mats clean. Now that requires us, me, Billy, or Ryan, come down at 3 o'clock, get everything cleaned up and ready to go and drive before practice. So we're putting in the extra time, but we need that stuff. There's issues with singles. First tournament of the year. Young man singlet, ripped. These things don't last very long. You're good if you get a couple years out of it. There's a lot of grinding on them singlets and pulling and different things. We need those singlets. We put some requisition for some defense. It's stuff that athletes in wrestling put on to help keep from getting the ringworm, and it's not 100%, but it's something to help. So anything you can do to speed this process along is greatly appreciated. Right now, more than likely, new singlets won't be here before our season's done. It takes 4 to 6 weeks. So I know we all got kind of started off there and just a hustle and bustle, but we got to come together and get it done. That's all.
Thank you. All right. There's no further delegations. There's nothing in reports, so that will move us to the consent agenda, and we'll start with the minutes.
Make a motion to approve the minutes of the December 16th, 2024 regular meeting.
Second.
Okay, it's been properly moved and seconded to approve the minutes of the regular meeting of December 16th, 2024. Is there any further discussion or amendments to that main motion? Hearing none, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstention? Motion carries. All right, Ginger, you have the floor for bills for payment.
Okay, I just looked through there a second time. I didn't really see anything that stood out. Probably one of the largest things on there is the painting at the elementary school. We did get that done over break, and are going to go ahead and pay him because he has time invested in it. And then everything else is just pretty much our normal, day-to-day operating.
Look good, Tyson?
Looks great.
Okay.
Contracting crew did great. Also, the handyman crew in the hallways, the front entrance of the school looks really, really good.
I'll make a motion to approve the bills for payment as presented.
Second.
Okay, it's been properly moved and seconded to approve the bills for payment as presented. Is there any further discussion or amendments to that main motion? Hearing none, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstention? Motion carries. All right. We don't have any old business, so that'll take us into new business, and we have for approval policy 5320, immunizations. Dr. Minnie.
And this is the policy that we have had in the past, and it's got a little bit of extra in it that we've struck. Some requirements that aren't required from the state. So, this policy's been out for review for the 30-day period. There were no comments received, and I recommend making a motion to approve policy 5320, immunizations as presented.
So moved.
Second.
Okay, it's been properly moved and seconded to accept the superintendent's recommendation to approve policy 5320, immunizations as presented. Is there any further discussion or amendments to that main motion? Hearing none, all in favor, say aye. Aye. Any opposed? Any abstention? Motion carries. All right. So that will move us into personnel.
I move pursuant to 6-9A-42 of the West Virginia Code that the board go into executive session to discuss personnel and personnel matters which, if discussed in public, might affect adversely the reputation of any person.
Second.
All right, it's been properly moved and seconded to go into executive session to discuss personnel. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstention? Motion carries. section, we'll get to the personnel agenda. Dr. Minnie, you can start with the service section.
Recommend Karen Miller, special education transportation aide, Gilmer County Elementary School.
Make a motion to approve the service portion of the personnel agenda.
Second.
Okay, it's been properly moved and seconded that we approve the service portion of the personnel agenda. Any further discussion or amendments to that main motion? Hearing none, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstention? Motion carries. All right, that'll conclude the personnel agenda. Okay, at this time, we'll move on to the consideration of possible action on the superintendent's recommendation to ratify the paid suspension of a service employee. So at this time, Ms. Harper, you have the option of a open or closed hearing. And so you let me know what you want to do. If we do closed, all the public will go out. It'll just be you and the board in here along with Lisa and Dr. Minnie. And then if you want open, everybody in here right now stays and we continue on. So it's up to you. Okay. All right. Do I have a motion to executive session?
So moved.
Okay. Is there a second?
Second.
Yep. All righty. So I have a motion and a second to convene a closed hearing, a personnel hearing. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. I'll need the public to vacate the room and you can come back in when we're finished. Thank you.
Vacate, that's-
Yes.
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah.
You can say, Mr. Price.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
I'll motion.
Okay. And then before you get started, Jennifer, I'll go read some stuff. That's fine. That's fine. Yep. Let me read some stuff right here and I'll get you. Yeah, sure.
And Cody, I actually go first.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. And Dr. Minnie actually goes. So if you don't want to stand there, you don't have to. Okay. So, yep. So we're waiting on Lisa because we got to record. You may just turn this microphone off.
I get 160. I'm just kidding. I get to say.
Larry?
Yep.
Good, good.
Yeah.
Dr. Mann, we ready?
We're ready.
Okay. All righty, we're ready for the superintendent's recommendation on the consideration or possible action to ratify the paid suspension of a service employee.
I recommend making the motion to accept the superintendent's recommendation that the board ratify the paid suspension of Jennifer Harper.
So moved.
Second.
Okay. It's been properly moved and seconded to approve the superintendent's recommendation to ratify the paid suspension of a service employee, Ms. Jennifer Harper. Is there any further discussion or amendments to that main motion? Hearing none, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstention? Motion carries. All righty, that'll take us out of personnel and move us into support and intervention of academic programming review. Mrs. West, you have the floor.
Hello, Miss West.
Hello.
Good evening, ma'am.
Okay, so I was given some questions to answer. Do we have iReady benchmark results available? No. We were to have started that process last week, and we were not in school. So middle school will begin with reading tomorrow, and then they will move to math on Monday or Tuesday. Elementary will begin with reading on Wednesday. Currently, our high school students, today was a prep day, and they will have their semester finals starting tomorrow. So once they complete their finals, then we will benchmark with Mastery Prep. So we'll be back in a few weeks to share with you those results. How are the iReady results shared with students and integrated into the classroom? We have data talks with our students. There are various forms that teachers use. iReady provides a lot of forms that teachers can choose from, but some choose to create their own. And then lessons are taught. There's a teacher toolbox. So once you receive the data, it actually groups the students according to groups 1 through 5. You can go in and access lesson plans based on the skills that that group of students need. As teachers work with students, again, sometimes a test is simply one snapshot. And this really isn't where this student needs to be. And so then adjustments are made with instruction. If a skill is needed across a larger group, then that is retaught whole group. But we have a lot of small group intervention taking place, including our middle school. How much time are the interventionists at the high school getting to work with the students, and are they being pulled out? Interventionists are scheduled 7 of the 8 class periods during the day. Push-in is the only intervention option at this time. On the high school side, we are there in the mornings in Algebra 1, Geometry, Algebra 2, 9th grade, 10th grade, ELA. And then in the afternoon, we switch and we're in the middle school, supporting the iReady instruction, focusing on those instructional pathways, pulling those kids into small groups, reteaching them in small groups. So that's what's happening with that instruction with our interventionists. How much use is there of the new computer program that was purchased? This is the Mastery Prep. So Mastery Prep, we had a training with Mastery Prep. It was virtual, but it was very, very good. It was very good. That was on December the 12th. December 19th was the last day our students were in the building, and they returned today. So, Mastery Prep. Once we complete semester finals, we will be benchmarking our high school students with Mastery Prep. It will generate, instead of an instructional pathway, like with iReady, it'll generate a study plan. And that study plan will include all courses. Now, if I am the weakest in a particular math, it jumps to the top of my study plan. But all 52 math lessons are there. So as the teacher, if I'm teaching a particular subject and I want them all to go to course 47, they all have access to course 47. Even though it may be at the bottom of your list and it's at the top of my list, we can all get to, and then we can utilize course 47. It is recommended that students work in those study plans about 30 to 40 minutes a week. That's two courses, that's it. They cannot skip through. One of the really nice pieces with this is that the videos are much shorter. They are much shorter, which it's much more what our students will like and read, listen, engage with. And so there's also, there's a curriculum. The curriculum will be utilized strictly with our juniors because again, they are the ones who will be taking the SAT. There will be a boot camp on March the 4th where Mastery Prep comes, and they gave us a layout of what the room is to look like. We will set that up. Our students will be given a boot camp book, and a lot of what the boot camp will be are test strategies. The directions are the same in all ELA, therefore you do not need to reread them. These will be the directions. You read it the first time, it will save you this many minutes. Those are some of the strategies and tricks they're going to give to our students. One of the big things I encouraged our teachers was in quizzing our kids and using any of the Mastery Prep material, you give them 1 minute per question. You give them 1 minute per question. So if you choose to use 10 questions, they've got 10 minutes. If you choose to give them 6 questions, they've got 6. You give them a minute per question. And that really helps them to adjust their clocks so that they get used to what that 1 minute feels like. And again, when you say 1 minute, kids tend to panic, but really, it's a good bit of time. And so getting them used to that, that becomes a natural part of our instruction. So those are some updates. Anything else?
Any questions for Ms. West?
With the iReady test, we got what, 12 weeks basically left till we take the SAT test in the spring?
The general summative?
Yeah, about 12 weeks. So I suppose I'll say this as an old teacher, I've got 12 weeks to look at those results, determine where my kids are weak and what I need to provide to get them so they're prepared to take the test. And I noticed you said that there were, like with the interventionists, you can't really say team teaching, but the question would be, they're in the room, how much time are they really engaged with the kids, or are they just sitting there waiting for their time to roll when they've got 15 minutes or so to spend with the kid? You may not know the answer to that. It's not really a question for you. That's more of a comment than anything else. I mean, like I said, we got 12 weeks to get the scores up, get their skills up. Whether we like tests or not, that is the level measure stick we're held accountable for. And like I said, if we don't really use those results, then it's an effort of futility. We could be better off just teaching. So like I said, I'm really interested in when they get those back, the plan to say the Algebra 1 teacher has, her kids are weak in factoring, let's say. What's her plan to deal with factoring for each one of them? Because each one of them, there's a program. So they ought to be able to delineate what they're going to do to fix the weaknesses in math, in English, at the high school level, and also at the elementary level. They ought to be able to give us, this is what we found and this is how we're going to attack it. I think everybody would appreciate that.
We do have professional development set up with iReady. So on January the 28th, during the teacher's lesson planning time, we will take our data from benchmark 2, we will meet with iReady, and they will lead us through an analysis and what the next steps are. And then on January 30th, we will do the same with our middle school staff, which will include our interventionists there at the middle school. So those are 2 professional sessions that are coming up to analyze data.
We look forward to iReady results, Ms. West.
Okay,
Yes.
we'll be back.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, ma'am.
All righty, that'll move us into the superintendent's update. Dr. Benny.
Don't have a lot of updates other than I'm going to try to keep school happening. It's going to be very cold, and it's going to be probably some 2-hour delay days, and the cold weather's coming. And I wanted to say thank you to the handyman crew and all the custodians. They have really worked hard trying to get the school safe, and it's really hard because that stuff's freezing at night, and then we're trying to get it the best we can. We've got like I said, just coming back today, we've got benchmarking coming up. We've got a lot of good things that are taking place if we can get here full day. And we want to make sure that we've got our kids prepared. I want to give you a brief update. We will be pushing back the semester. And the reason why is because our kids haven't taken their semester exams and so on and so forth. So right now we're looking at least 5 days of a pushback where the parents won't be receiving the report cards until about the 24th. Of course, if we miss a couple more days, that might have to be bumped back another day or two, but we want to make sure our students take their semester exams serious and also have the study time to do well on the semester exams. So that's a couple small updates that if your parents out there, you're not going to be seeing report cards. They're not coming home at the scheduled time. They're going to be back 5 days back, which would pretty much put the report cards tentatively right now at the 24th. So I just wanted to give that update. Other than that, we're just going to try to do school as normal if you could do that in this type of January.
Well, there's only another polar vortex coming next week. So.
All righty, that'll move us into board member comments, and we'll start with Mr. Chapman.
Give Mr. Price some props on the Christmas dinner out at the grade school. I got to attend. I got 2 little ones out there, and we had an excellent time. It was very well attended. I'd like to think the food was good, and just to see the other parents come out and support their kids was great. And then I actually at that dinner, I sat across from Dr. Minnie, and we were talking about our band. We had a band member that made, and I don't know if this is correct terminology, but and this is high school band, but she is like one of the first in some time, if not ever, the first all state band member that we ever had. And that is like a very prestigious award for people in the band. And I just wanted to give that student.
Maybe we can have her come and
yeah.
honor her.
Yeah. Just give that student the props that she deserves with that.
Is that everything?
I think so.
All right. I don't have anything at this time, so I'll go to Dr. Miller.
I don't have much. I'm like everybody else. I'm worn out with all this snow. Everybody stay safe and warm out there, and hopefully we can survive the next round.
Nothing from me.
With the Career Center, bring everybody up to date. The electrician we hired first of school took another job, got a pay raise. We were fortunate. There's a gentleman, he is a retired Navy electrician, and lives in Arnoldesburg, so he's a Calhoun person. So I don't think he will be going anywhere soon. So we were able to fill it with another master electrician. He's been a master for several years. So his expertise in the military brings another stick to the fire, in a matter of speaking, to bring to the kids where they can actually understand, this is what I do, this is what I get paid, and this is what I need to know. So we were very fortunate to find that. Hillary will have to help me with this. They had a family phlebotomy night.
Yeah, phlebotomy.
Yeah, they had 55 volunteers. What is that? That's a brave individual that volunteered to let them students stick them and draw their blood.
Yeah.
A lot more nerve than me. But so they had quite a number for that. They were very pleased with that. They've had Nashville, Tennessee Welding School has been there, and they're trying to recruit, talking to all the students and about the programs that they have and they can do that. The public safety kids down there have helped with the elementary program and the high school program that we've had here, which is good experience for them. And as far as, like I said, I reported earlier that they had several findings that dealt with their audit, and the director has changed the financial report that is being submitted to us and to that they're using. And it meets all the requirements that the state board, our meetings we've been at, that they say that financial people should be giving to the board and to the board at the Career Center. So they have changed that. So it has been approved. So, pardon me, there shouldn't be any more problems dealing with that. All the 10th graders in Calhoun County and Gilmer County have been there for their post-op interview and saying what is going on. They did have Skills USA is one of the things they put on in caroling. They had 22 students that went to the nursing home to take part in that. That was several of those. And their LIC meeting and advisory council meeting, which will also, the welding lab is now completed and it's open to working to where kids can be welding inside and not outside, and it being able to remove ever been in a welding lab, breathing is kind of tight. So they have gotten all those things put in. So on January the 15th, there's an open house to see their lab, how it functions, and also to see for their local LIC. And I want to thank everybody for this during this time of cold to be out and about. It takes a lot of work, and as we were all kidding, we get aches and pains, and the older we get, the more pains we get. So, they've done everything they can do to keep the buildings up and running. So pat them on the back. That a boy don't mean much, but that a boy for their efforts. That's all I have.
Thank you, Mr. Martin. At this time, do I have a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
Second.
All right, it's been properly moved and second. We adjourn the meeting. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? Motion carries. Meeting adjourned.
Maybe you'll have a baby this.